sunny conditions, not too much of a chill either, bearing in mind we are in late December. So we just await the arrival onto the field of play of the players. Of course, serious business this training session in some respects, because Barca will be back in action pretty soon in 3 competitions. First of all, they take on Barbastro in the Copa del Rey on Saturday. Then it's off to Saudi Arabia, potentially for 2 games in the Spanish Supercopa. They will be up first against Athletic Club in that competition. Then we'll face the winners of Mallorca against Real Madrid, should they progress. Well, we're getting things started in fun fashion this morning. There we see the scenes at the Ciutat Esportiva. Typically hosts games for Barca Athletic. And of course, Barca Femení, the women's team, actually unbeaten here. Barca Femení in what has been a superb season. The women do get a break. They'll be back on the 5th of January for their next game in the Liga FA season. Have recently progressed to the next round of the Champions League and the Copa de la Reina. Well, Hansi Flick and the Barca first team players are keeping us waiting. Fans entertaining themselves here at the Joan Gamper. Well, the Johan Cruyff inaugurated around about 5 seasons ago. It's been a terrific addition to the Barca facilities. And as ever, the Barca fitness coaches have set out the various drills. It's been something we've been really impressed by this season. The organisation that goes into every training session enables the players to move swiftly between drills. Well, we will be hearing from a few protagonists as well. We've got our roving reporter Angels Prieto down pitch side. She will be talking to several players. And we'll also be finding out a little bit more about the Barca Foundation and the good causes supported by it. Two Barca robots will be present as well, part of the robots project. Robot Paul and Robot Joyce. They have in the past allowed the Barca fans in hospitals to have virtual visits of the museum and the Camp Nou. Let's just have a listen for the welcome of the players onto the pitch. It's an open doors presentation today. There's Danny Olmo, plenty of talk about him in the last couple of days. Barca still waiting on the verdict of the court appeal to allow him to be registered past January. So training day, expect plenty of fun. Barca players will try and get the fans involved as well. We're going to enjoy watching this for the next hour or so, and we'll hear some comments from those involved. Well, there are our two Barca robots as well as Kat. a Barca squad led out by Hansi Flick. Well, Barca, of course, their last result, a disappointing one, that late defeat at the hands of Atletico Madrid, who have taken the top spot in the La Liga table. Well, that after a really positive start to the campaign for the Blaugrana. They will hope to turn over a new leaf in January. So the players going on an initial lap of honour, and then we'll get the training underway in earnest. Led there by Rafinha. What a leadership role he's taken on in the current campaign. Has been banging in the goals as well, already into double figures, Rafinha. Selflessly providing assists as well. So Barca's recent results, a couple of back-to-back defeats in the league at home at the Olympic Stadium against Leganés and Atletico Madrid. Next up for them is that game against Barbastro, then Athletic Club, perhaps Real Madrid or Mallorca. Getafe, Benfica and Valencia also on the horizon for Hansi Flick's men. Top goal scorer for Barca and top goal scorer in La Liga at the moment, Robert Lewandowski. Now a veteran of these open training sessions. He has been in inspired form this season. Playing some of his best football of his career under a familiar face in Hansi Flick. Well, there's a party atmosphere down here, and we might have somebody talking to our pitch side reporter. A special day. Normally we're just treated to the first 15 minutes of the final training session before a game. This time around we will get an hour's worth of training drills to watch. So we've got Robert Paul and Robert Joyce on the pitch as well. We saw them posing for the photos. Of course, they will help the children watching on hospitals get up close and personal with the players. So as ever, the activation work first of all, the rubber exercise bands that we've seen so frequently. And a lot of work in pairs. Sometimes the ball is introduced as well. But Hansi Flick, he always switches things up. Just breaks the routine for the players. Barca's last victory was away from home against Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. Whilst in La Liga, haven't won in 4 games before those defeats against Leganés and Atletico Madrid. There was a 2-2 draw in that thrilling game against Betis. There were problems as well against Celta Vigo, who rallied late after a sending off for Marc Casado for Barca. Well, we got just a brief glimpse of Cat. He's the new mascot for Barca, unveiled on November 29th in that 125th anniversary gala. Has been present in a couple of games against Las Palmas, Betis, Leganés and Atletico Madrid. Also a new 125th anniversary club anthem was chosen in that gala almost a month to the day ago. Close control and passing being worked on by these Barca players. Andres Christensen coming back to full fitness. Struggled with injuries at the start of the campaign. It was his initial injury that allowed Dani Olmo to be registered. Well, Barca will welcome back Christensen in defence with his return to 100% availability. Has, of course, been a great combination at the back between Nico Martinez and Pau Cubarsí. Youth and experience combining. They're just waiting for the next drill. It's a rebound drill, and we'll get the ball involved as well. There's Gavi and Frenkie de Jong. Had some injury issues of their own, but good to see them back in the last couple of months. Gavi returning after a year away. That tremendous ovation. Both players back in to bolster the midfield for the Blaugrana. Ansu Fati as well is back fully available, looking for a return to his best form after some pretty torrid years with injuries, unsuccessful loan spell as well last season at Brighton. His role will be important, especially when we start accumulating games in the Copa del Rey. Hansi Flick has shown that he's not averse to giving a complete rest to Robert Lewandowski, who has to be handled with care and not overused. Need a good squad spread over the course of the season. Well, we see the exercise band drills continuing. There's Balde and Casado. Dani Olmo as well getting involved in that heading drill with Inigo Martinez. Scored in his debut against Rayo Vallecano, of course, Dani Olmo. And suffered an injury that halted his progress somewhat, but he's proven a very useful addition to this Barca side. Oh, this has been just a mini break in the season for these Barca players. They will have been raring to get back into action off the back of those 2 defeats. Well, there's Cat greeting these Barca fans, young and old. Hansi Flick moves on the drill, also getting involved as well, chasing one of the Barca players. Seen these slalom poles as well have a prominent role. Hansi Flick just moving the players around as well to get closer to the fans on the far side. Well, it's a great opportunity to raise money and also to get fans really up close, closer than perhaps they would be at the Olympic Stadium, to their heroes. We can see plenty happy to be here this morning. And we'll go into the rondos, that traditional Barca drill, almost made famous by the club. It's such an integral part of training sessions to work on passing and close control. Ronald Araujo finally back available, missed the start of the season through injury. Eric Garcia as well has had injury issues, as well as a disciplinary issue. He was sent off early on in the game against Monaco in the Champions League, which meant he was suspended for maybe a game where he would have made another appearance. He's been used in several different roles, from centre-back to full-back to midfielder. So the passing drill, the rondo, continues. Jules Koundé getting involved, little flick with the outside of the boot past Lewandowski. So a few players called up from the academy as well at the start of the season, really made a mark for Barca. Of course, the last couple of seasons we've seen some absolute stars like that man, Pau Cubarsí. Perhaps an unsung hero of this Barca side, still only a teenager. He has looked so assured in the Barca defence. Also involved in the rondo. Wojciech Szczesny slightly overhits that pass. Hansi Flick overseeing the action. Always demanding more from his side. Well, the rondo allowing the players to warm up further. It allows the fans as well to see them right up close. Lewandowski, the man in the middle at the moment. He's been banging in the goals this season. We've seen him in several different roles, playing as an out-and-out number 9, but also dropping back to help out with the passing play. Well, Gavi, always a fan favourite. Some cheers and screams when he gets on the ball. There's Pedri. Well, his return to his best form has been a real aid to Barca. So we might be down with a Barca player maybe to talk with Angel Prieto, our pitchside reporter. But in the meantime, maybe some slalom drills. We've also got those mini goals as well to work on precision shooting. Maybe another rondo, but this time close to the fans on the near side. There's Rafinha. It's become a leader of the team this year, especially taking on the captain's armband when Marc-Andre ter Stegen was injured. Had been the outfield captain before that. The player was talking to the referee, authorised to do so. Even when ter Stegen had the captain's armband. Part of those new regulations for this season in which only the captain is allowed to talk to the matchday official. There's Dani Olmo, tries that cheeky touch. Doesn't quite flick it over Inigo Martinez. What a 2024 it's been for Dani Olmo. Got his dream move back to Barca. Also a winner of Euro 2024. Great 2024 as well for Marc Casado. Success with Barca Athletic. Then finally getting his call up to the first team. On a full-time basis, he's been almost an ever-present for Hansi Flick. Especially with the likes of Gavi and Frankie de Jong having suffered injuries. So Hansi Flick, of course, served that touchline ban against Atletico Madrid. Said it was one of the hardest experiences of his coaching career. A sense of powerlessness, not being able to help his team from the sidelines. Was somewhat a harsh decision, the suspension. But he has said something he's going to work on to try and avoid in the future. Well, we focused in there on Araujo. Great to have him back available for Barca. Jules Koundé in the middle of the rondo, along with Dani Olmo. We've just been moving these rondos around to allow the fans to see the players close, wherever they are. This is a standard training session in some respects, but there is an entertainment aspect as well. A smile on the face of Hansi Flick. Barca players as well enjoying this morning session. And the passing continuing here at the Johan Cruyff. Now Hansi Flick talking about switching up to another drill. We're about midway through this morning training session, an open doors one, in aid of the Barca Foundation. Tickets between €3 and €6, with proceeds going to the Barca Foundation and the various projects supported by it. So Casado has his turn in the middle of the rondo. Another of those young players who has not looked out of place. So a new drill on the way. Hansi Flick and the fitness coaches move the players on. Might get one of those slalom running drills, perhaps some shooting work. The players gather in the centre circle to be briefed on the next move. Fermin Lopez has been a great year for him as well. Olympic Games and Euro 2024 on his list of conquests. As well as further establishing his role in the first team. And the goalkeepers as well go through some special individual training. First team goalkeepers Iñaki Peña and Wojciech Szczesny. Training themselves. We've seen the likes of Andras Stralaga called up as well. Jakubishvili. Great bond between goalkeepers, of course. Despite the competitiveness and the lack of positions to be able to play, they are very much a different breed, and we're seeing them helping each other go through these drills. There is Iñaki Peña. He's got that number 1 role after Marc-Andre ter Stegen's injury. Wojciech Szczesny still waiting to make his debut. We might see that in the game against Barbastro, though. With Peña getting down to make the saves. So Stralaga as well, who's a hero in the pre-season friendly penalty shootout against Manchester City. So more passing drills going on for these Barca players. We might not see too much tactical work. That will be kept under wraps ahead of the coming games. Always interesting, though, to see an extended training session for this Barca side. There we see Fermin Lopez waiting to receive the pass. Seen several other players come through, Pau Victor and Gerard Martin amongst them. So one of the younger squads now in the top flight. Once again, La Masia producing the goods. So time, it seems, for another change of drill. There is Andreas Christensen, a great signing for Barcelona, free transfer about a season and a half ago. There is Koundé. Part of this passing drill around the slalom pole, and then there's the finish as well. We're seeing him playing frequently at full back. Has said he prefers the centre-back position, but Hansi Flick very much has him in mind as a right back in his plans. There's Dani Olmo with the finish as well. Proved to be a great free kick taker as well, Dani Olmo. Still the feeling there's some untapped potential with him. Can play just about anywhere, Dani Olmo. So versatile, of course, he's well versed in the Barca style. Having spent a few years at La Masia. Alejandro Balde, great contributor at left back when he's been unavailable. Gerard Martin has stood in for him. A bit of housework being done by Pau Cubarsí as well. A slightly negative note for Pau Cubarsí. He received that kick to the face a few weeks ago that required some stitches, a pretty gruesome injury. Recovered straight away from it, showing his toughness as well. Hansi Flick once again overseeing things. He will decide when the players move on to a new drill. So Inigo Martinez, one of the veterans of this Barca side, will be up soon enough against one of his former clubs, Athletic Club, in the Supercopa semi-final in Saudi Arabia. So Rafinha, he's been played in several different positions as well this season. When Lamine Yamal has been unavailable, he's dropped over to the right-hand side. Most commonly, though, playing on the left and growing ever more influential. There he goes with the close range shot. Enjoying his highest ever goal scoring season, Rafinha. Well, Barca mixing up the drills here. They're a shot against the post from Eric Garcia. Back at Barca after that loan spell at Girona. Still trying to find his niche at the Blaugrana this season. Fierce competition, of course. Problems with injuries and a sending off that left him suspended for one of the Champions League games. Set to receive that verdict tomorrow on Dani Olmo. Could be big news for Barca. We will find out if he's able to be registered in time for the upcoming match days in La Liga. Of course, you can follow all the news on that on Barca News on Monday. Plenty of new programmes coming up on Barca 1, the turn of the new year. A series of documentaries and, of course, old favourites like Barca Live, which will be present for the next few games. Allowing you to follow along with Barca's exploits across the various competitions, with a pre- and post-game show as well that includes reactions and the press conferences. We will have Hansi Flick's press conference on Friday ahead of the game against Barbastro. There will be another training session that same day, that Friday, of which the first 15 minutes will be open for us to watch. So a different drill involving Christensen. Continues the action as we reach midday. Barca players continue with these passing drills that terminate with a finish. So Barca currently in third place in La Liga with an extra game played compared to Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Real Madrid in action on Friday in a rescheduled game against Valencia. 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, 2 behind Real Madrid. And they find themselves just 2 points ahead of Athletic Club, who are establishing themselves in the top 4. So another change of drill here at the Johan Cruyff. We are normally only treated to the first 15 minutes. But a variety of warm-up drills, some activation work as well. maybe won't get too much in the way of tactical work in this session. So another new drill coming up for these Barca players. The fans get up close to the barrier to take some photos. Some of the fans out as well with signs this morning. You might see some souvenirs handed out before the end of this session. Something of a late Christmas gift. So the players split into groups with the bibs. Don't normally see these kinds of drills in the regular training sessions. There's Kubarsi and Eric Garcia together. Gavi in a different group. Well, this Christmas break has just allowed some of the players to rest up a bit. They were put through their paces in a fierce calendar over the last few weeks. Just the briefest of breaks, but it does allow some players to heal some knocks that they've received. Well, we're closing in on the conclusion of this training session. And we'll stick with the Barca players for a while. This has been an enjoyable morning for the fans, and the players as well continue with the work on the pitch. Frankie de Jong looks like one of the liberos in the team who will switch sides as and when. Good preparation for some close control. Dani Olmo is found with the pass. Barca's possession so focused on moving forward. These are the kind of drills that they use to hone their craft. Lewandowski, a couple of step overs and dips of the shoulder, couldn't get past Inigo Martinez. Christensen complaining that that had gone out. The ball is given back to him. It's all about pressing in reduced space and soaking up the pressure. It's Koundé. Martinez gets the touch. There's Araujo. Gavi, as always, little terrier that he is, nicking that ball away. Frankie de Jong. The players in the blue take on a roving role, always on the attack. There's Balde. And with that, the drill comes to a close. And maybe we'll have time just for one more drill before the conclusion of this open training session. Hansi Flick insisting on some changes. It's serious business for him. Explaining what is required of this drill and the next one. Hansi Flick being clear with the instructions. So Barca repeat that drill. Hansi Flick wanted a few details worked on. Another one over to the far side with Dani Olmo. A little bit more zip in the passing since Hansi Flick's instructions. Here's Martinez. And after the restart, let's move on to another edition of this drill. And we're getting ready for the Copa del Rey game against Barbastro. And the Supercopa, first of all against Athletic Club in Saudi Arabia. Next La Liga game is on the 18th of January against Getafe. Koundé. Barca still moving this around. Players stepping out of their positions, following the ball as well after the pass. Well, we'll see if this second edition of this drill is more to Hansi Flick's liking. Wanted to give the instructions to the players after a first attempt at it. Pedri. He and Frenkie de Jong remain in those libero roles. Once again, the close is called to the drill. So change of drill now. Frenkie de Jong with the red bib handed over to him. So Hansi Flick will adjust things. We'll just see if it's a repeat of the same drill or whether he's switching things up. Barca about to start the second half of the La Liga season. Just had that run at the top come to a close at the last. Atletico Madrid taking over from them with the victory in the final seconds. That goal from Alexander Sørloth. And earned the victory for Los Colchoneros in the final game before the winter break. Koundé. And Araujo puts the ball into the net. There seems to be some confusion about what exactly the drill is in that regard. So Eric Garcia struggling to get to grips with it as well. Put wide by Gavi. Balde. Well, it's so impressive to see how Barca players are able to keep the ball out. They can work on the pressing. Gerard Martin not too pleased with Rafinha's finish. Araujo just following Firmino, making it difficult for him to poke the ball into that net. Well, these players split into 3 groups. We've got those 2 players in the blue bibs in roving roles. Araujo's pass. Dani Olmo's ball inside. And we see getting the players in the blue bibs involved as well. Kubarasi's short pass out. So a new drill on the way for these Barca players. Squad players in discussion with one another. We might see a ball kicked into the stands shortly. Team voto for posterity. Rafinha wants to get this ball. Gavi is late onto the scene. Did not arrive in time, but I think we'll get a more organised photo in a second. All those fans on the far side to preserve for posterity. A fun morning amidst pleasant conditions here at the Johan Cruyff. As we said, these tickets for the open door training session, all in aid of a good cause, the Blaugrana Wristbands project to improve long stay and serious illness patients at children's hospitals. Projects carried out in collaboration with paediatric hospitals in Catalonia and around the world. The main objective to humanise the care and treatment of children and young people with serious illnesses based on the needs identified at each centre. So it looks as if we've got another drill maybe coming up. Hansi Flick just wanted to give some further instructions to his players. And after the debrief, we will move on to something new. Maybe some balls to be handed out by Rafinha and the like. Fans running down to get close to the players. Maybe a cool-down drill with the exercise balls. Well, it is right up close to the fans on the far side. Plays on the left on the Bosu balls, and they'll be doing some keep-up drills by the looks of things. So players waiting to get this underway. So that slalom drill as well. Seen Lewandowski go shoulder to shoulder with some of the fitness coaches as well in previous training sessions. Here comes the sprint. So it looks as if the players will move from drill to drill just to get the fans a good look at them. It's an exercise in holding up opposition players. Pau Cubarsí with the joking around as well. All drills that helps the players with their physical development. Some very strong players for Barcelona, the likes of Araujo, absolute physical specimens. So more drills to come. And the exercise bands are back. Another sprint involved. It does allow the fans to get a good look at the Barca players as well as they sprint around from drill to drill. Some more passing and slalom drills. Inigo Martinez is involved in this one, as is Dani Olmo. Well, rapid fire switches between drills. So another change of drill, and there's a sprint to the centre as well where the players gather. Crisscrossing to move on to the next exercise. Well, these drills continue for Barca, and this December 29th open door training session. We're expecting an hour, and we've maybe going to have an hour and a half or so, an extra treat for the fans who've come along this morning into the early afternoon. So it'll be Hansi Flick who decides when this one will come to an end. Has a check with his fitness coaches. And maybe just one more drill before he gathers the players in the centre again. Now for another turnaround. Fans very keen to attract the attention of their idols. So just once more around maybe for the Barca squad. Lewandowski on the resistance bands. A little greeting for the fans as well. And some keep-ups along the way from Gavi. And we see Kat as well, posing for photos with the fans. The new Barca mascot, unveiled last month at the gala celebration of the 125th anniversary of the club. Another switch around. Lewandowski's group going over to the far side, another wave to the fans. So plenty of activities going on today at the Joan Gamper. And Barca academy sides will be back in action in the next few weeks. Increasing attendances for the youth teams, who are producing some players of the future and the present. Another crisscross in the centre. Another a change of drill. Seems if it's one more set of changes. Well, Hansi Flick has certainly kept his players busy this afternoon. Ball kicks in the stands. Rafinha have been very protective of that ball before the change in drill. Sends that one to the supporters to preserve for posterity. So another gathering in the centre circle. Maybe a change of drill, maybe a conclusion to the session. Hansi Flick will keep us guessing. The players have been enjoying this one. Hans trying to attract the attention of the players. Have some more photos before the end of this session. Ferran Torres has been undergoing treatment for injuries as of late. He'll be back on the turn of the new year. So the Barca players go over to the supporters. Maybe specifically for a meet and greet. And some souvenirs there as well. And Alpha making the most of the moment to sign some items. Marc Castaneau with a ball into the stands. And this a day to remember for these Barca supporters who have come out to see their idols in action. Well, just one of the many initiatives to bring Barca closer to the fans and at the same time raise money for a good cause. Yes, Lamine Yamal didn't take a part in the session, but out to sign as one of the big stars of this Barca side. Gavi as well, one of the biggest fan favourites around. Well, no end to Lamine Yamal's talents. Also a skilled selfie taker by the looks of things. Getting those pictures for the fans with that phone handed down to him. So the signing session continues after the training drills. Sending all these supporters home happy. We will, of course, be covering the training session proper on Friday, ahead of the game against Barbastro. And we'll then hear from Hansi Flick in his pre-match press conference. Plenty more coming up, though, from Barca 1 in the next few days. Well, this has become a wonderful traditional event. Annual chance for the fans to meet the players, see their daily work up close and personal. And the fans have made their way down to the barricades to make it easier for the players. And we'll have a few more minutes of signing souvenirs for these Barca supporters. A reminder of the upcoming games for Barca against Barbastro in the Spanish Supercopa. Following that, they take on Athletic Club. And then a game against Getafe in La Liga EA Sports. As Marc Andre ter Stegen still on the comeback trail from his long-term injury. Out signing for the fans, there's Frenkie de Jong as well. But we're going to hear from a couple of players involved in this session in just a moment. So we'll go down to our pitch side reporter in just a second. We'll have collared one of the players for a brief chat. So we will hear from Marc Caçador.
Estem amb Marc Caçador, un dels protagonistes d'aquesta jornada, d'aquest entrenament a portes obertes aquí a l'estadi Johan Cruyff. Marc, com has viscut aquesta experiència amb aquestes graderies plenes de tanta gent tan jove que ha vingut expressament per veure-us en aquest entrenament?
Bé, doncs tots molt contents
It's great, we're all really happy.
A veure'ns, animar-nos avui.
And
Crec que és un dia perquè els més petits que a vegades no poden venir a l'estadi vinguin a veure'ns i veure l'entreno que hem fet, que crec que ha sigut divertit per veure i sobretot aquesta estona ara que hem estat amb ells filmant, fent
fotos. Above all, it's been a great time to spend some time with them.
Ets un home de la casa que has estat aquí tants anys, segur que també recordes fa uns anys veure tan altra banda els teus ídols a la gespa. Com te sents sent tu avui protagonista aquí amb el primer equip a l'estadi Johan Cruyff?
No, clar, és un somni, com tu dius.
This is a dream because, as you say, I've been here before for these kinds of training sessions. It's great to have all these fans out coming watching us train.
I sobretot aquesta estona aquí, com et dic, fent-nos fotos i amb els més petits.
Above all, it's great to see the youngest fans, all the children.
Quines sensacions teniu a dins de l'equip de cara a aquesta nova competició, aquest primer títol en joc?
Bé, doncs amb ganes, com tu dius, una nova
We're looking forward to getting back in action.
Ha arribat un partit i crec que el dia d'avui, sentint el calor de la gent, els
I think right now we're feeling the affection of the fans, and that's going to spur us on even further.
Què li demanes als Reis per aquest 2025?
Alegria, sobretot alegria.
What I want for 2025 more than anything is happiness.
Per donar alegries a la gent i així estarem tots el barcelonisme molt més contents.
Everybody and all of the Barca fans, of course.
Molta sort per la propera competició pel que queda de temporada.
Those are the words of Marc Caçador. Speaking at the end of this open doors training session at the Johan Cruyff. So we may well be able to hear from another player shortly. Fans going home with their souvenirs in hand. Has been quite the morning here at the Estadio Johan Cruyff. Well, Rafa's still out doing some signing. As the players head down the tunnel, we conclude this open training session. Next up for Barca, of course, that game against Barcelona. We will be following them in another training session on Friday, followed by Hansi Flick's press conference. But that's all for us from this morning, this afternoon at the Johan Cruyff. We hope you've enjoyed the open training session, the annual event for the Barca first team.